Today we're practicing our line drawing with something a little more structured, a little less random, and we're also checking out some new pens while we're at it. Thanks for joining me. I'm Debora Exum. Let's get started. So I bought these gel pens with the intention of using them on black paper, and when I was in the store there was a section with the high quality pens, and then these pens were there, and they were the store brand. And they were significantly less expensive, so I thought I'd give them a try. And when I put them on the black paper, they didn't show up at all, so they really are not good enough quality to use on the black paper. But I thought, okay, there's some pretty colors here. We can still check them out on the white paper. So that's what we're doing here today. And I'll tell you, my intention for these was to be a lot more clean in the lines that I'm drawing, but what I found with these pens is they skip, they splotch, so we had to go for a more sketchy look, and I would not recommend these pens. So, you know, I always say it's a good idea to try out the less expensive store brands. Sometimes you hit a real winner, but in this case I did not. So at some point in the future I'll be going back to get a little better quality pen. But in the meantime, I enjoyed using them for drawing these line drawings. I decided to look on Pinterest, and I looked at hair from the back is what I searched on. I just picked out several pictures and tried to lay out their general structures and enjoy putting these lines in here to see what I could do. For each one of these I chose two pens, one lighter and one darker, using the darker one to try to put in the shadows and details. One thing I've learned in doing this is I'm really shy about that. I'm always scared I'm going to overdo it, and in most cases I end up underdoing it. Another thing that was good about this is I was able to really think about how I can draw lines if it's easier for me to push my pen away from me or pull it toward me to get a straighter, cleaner line. Generally what I learned is that it's easier for me to pull the pen and get my arm up off the table and just really steadily pull it toward me. I have a tendency to be shaky from time to time, so it's real hard for me to get long, steady lines. I can do short ones pretty well, and it also helps for me to get them straighter if I'm bearing down harder. I did learn that too. If I'm light with my hand, they end up being a lot more sketchy and a lot more shaky. So those were some things I learned in the process of doing this. I've been trying to think about which one of these is my favorite, and it's kind of hard to decide. The pink one here was actually the first one I drew, and I think I enjoyed it because I was figuring out how this was going to work, if it was going to work, that sort of thing. I decided in the beginning I really didn't care if it turned out looking like hair at all, because the purpose was just to practice drawing lines and getting comfortable with that. So I enjoyed drawing the pink one. I think the one I felt like wasn't going to turn out the most would be the orange one. I wasn't sure if the hairstyle was going to be recognizable at all, but as it turns out it is one of my favorites. And the one that was the absolute most challenging is the one coming up next, and it's the blue one because it has the most straight lines, and it's really hard to be consistent about that. With these other wavy ones, you know, you can get away with a little wiggle here and there, but with the straight one you gotta be straight throughout, so it was the most challenging, I would say. Why don't you leave me a comment and let me know which one you like the best? I'd love to hear from you, and also like to know if you'd like to see more of this kind of drawing. I haven't done a lot of this on my channel, but the channel is all about exploring art and doing time-lapse videos, and I would just love to share more with you, but would like to create what you'd like to see. That list of hello, hello, hello over there on the right, that's my tester card for this set of pens. I read the word hello with each one, so I'd be able to see what color it was and how it looked. I tend to do that with every set of markers or pens that I get, just so I don't have to, you know, check them out or pull out different ones. I can see clearly what each one is going to give me before I get started. here's the blue one with the straightest of lines, and you can see I tried something new here. I turned it sideways and I found that if I went back and forth, I was able to do straighter lines than if I went up and down, so that was another thing I learned while doing this. Again, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a comment for me and let me know which drawing you like the best, and also what other kinds of drawings or paintings you'd like to see from me, because I would love to do some more videos for you. You can check out a new one every Wednesday, so if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel, and I also appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'd love to know if you liked it or if you didn't, because that helps me to make videos that are most appropriate for you and things that you enjoy. And I do want to thank you for joining me today. This was a fun project for me,